So the first thing that we look at is in terms of colour matching. So I'm looking at natural pigment and tone on skin. So I may look at your eye here, I may look around your neck here, and these are the areas that we're looking to colour match. You have a little bit of redness and pigmentation here, which is completely normal. But let's start with the base and let's start freshening skin for you.
Thank you.
So tell me, what's your idea of natural? What would you like?
I think I usually prefer stuff that doesn't involve super big lashes. I think that's usually my main part with natural makeup. I also lean more to browns instead of blacks when it comes to eyeliner. But other than that, not too stuck on anything.
Right, so, you know, for me, you've hit the nail on the head. You know, we're working with the natural tones and the natural undertones of your skin. You have a fair complexion, so we're not trying to change your complexion in any way. We're just going to even skin and just give you a more polished, neutral, fresher view of already how you are. So it's just about working with and enhancing the skin to be more even. The most important thing for this natural makeover, it's got to be your skin prep. So we're just freshening your skin. And then we're going to start to work in some primers onto the skin. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to work in a hydrator into skin. And the more natural products that you have, skin mist, I use a very particular one by Sunday Riley, which I've always used, which just absorbs into skin. So this is where you're getting a lot of your moisture from. We've freshened skin, we've added a fluid moisturiser into skin. I'm now going to add in an eye primer. If you look up for me a second, please. And this is just to make sure that we've got a nice bit of texture underneath the eye so that your makeup under the eye just goes in nice and smooth. So these things are really important because they allow the makeup to sit more naturally on the skin and the formulas to blend in to hydrated skin. In terms of your skin texture, what's that normally like? What's your skin texture?
I mean, right now, especially seeping up all those sort of like hydrating things, I can tell my skin always feels dry to me. Whether it actually is dry, I'm not sure, but it always feels like it wants that moisture and lotion.
Okay, so I'm going to use a nice serum. I'm going to use a nice serum, and the serum will lock in the moisture into skin. So that's always nice. If you feel a little bit of dryness, use a nice skin serum that will absorb in. And then if we need to, we can use a bit more moisturiser on the skin. And that's your kind of key essentials in terms of skincare, your cleansing, toning, skin mist, serum, eye cream. These things tend to there we go. And that should leave your skin feeling really nice and comfortable and fresh.
I love it. I would love the skincare in general. It's really nice.
So the skincare is the element now that when I touch skin, I have to make sure that that skin is ready to be able to receive makeup. I'm going to use a little bit of balm, which I'm just going to blend an illuminating balm just to give you, and this is a really lovely product.
It smells lovely too.
So it just gives you that extra hydration and illuminates the skin texture. That way you have to prep your skin in order for you to be able to put makeup on. And that's the most important part. Okay. And if I need more, I'll work more. And I tend to use, using fingers, using brushes, you want to warm some product into the skin. How does that feel for you at the moment? Yeah? Does it feel comfortable? Yeah. Okay, so now we can start to work and start introducing some makeup into skin. So the first thing that I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at some areas of pigmentation, which you may see as redness. So we're going to neutralise those areas on skin. And we're going to use the most important thing, which everybody needs to realise. In order, before you start putting makeup and formulas, you need to correct the pigmentation and tones. So this is what a corrector will do. A corrector will neutralise. So if you open your eyes for me a little bit, I'm just going to start to blend and buff into skin where I've put the primers some corrector. So once you start to see, so we start with under the eye area first, because that's normally where we've got a little bit of shadowing. And again, if you're doing this yourself, you can, and I will start to use fingers where I feel that I need to blend and warm more product in. But you see and you can feel, because we've prepped the skin, the product just glides in naturally into skin. So it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look caked. The aim behind this, before you actually even put any form of concealer or foundation, is just to correct tone and neutralise tone on skin where you can. So all depending, so you're in full control as to how, but you'll tend to find that once you start neutralising skin, and remember you haven't walked in with any form of concealer or foundation, once you start to correct skin, you'll start to find that you'll start to even out, and your natural tones will come through. So the colour in your eyes will pop, your brows, your natural lip colour, your natural cheek colour will come through a lot more evenly. And that's what you're working with when you're actually doing makeup. So you're not putting colour on, you're blending neutral tones into your skin. So now we're going to use a little bit of concealer. So I just want to, where I can, start to use some product. And all the application is quite light because you're not trying to go for a very caked effect, and you control how much coverage. So less is more. So you just put where you need. Okay. Again, you know, this is, you are in control as to how much product you put on. So I always start with less because I can always add, but you can't take away too much product. How do you like your coverage for natural makeup? How do you like it?
I think when it comes to coverage, I'm always more concerned with, again, like the red areas and whether my kind of acne, like spots are showing up or not. But once they're covered, I'm always quite comfortable.
Okay, brilliant. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to use a product, so Stick Coverage Foundation. Are really, really good products, okay? I'm going to use a more cooler tone because, again, we're still correcting and we're still, so I may take around these red areas and we just want to buff. So I may use some tools of the trade where you may just use a buff brush. A full coverage brush will buff the product into skin so it sets. So this is going to help complement for you to get your coverage. So you've got the full coverage brush. You've also got this full coverage touch-up brush where you can go into smaller areas. So again, so now I don't want to be doing stripes, I want to be pressing this formula into skin to neutralise because we're still correcting. That was nice. Okay, so now let's just do, missed a little bit, so I'm going to go back and just grab a little bit of corrector. As you said, those pigmentation red areas are your main concern.
Thank you.
So once you learn how to cover them and you learn the products that you can use to apply that coverage, and bearing in mind we haven't got any foundation on because we're still correcting skin. We're now going to go in with a foundation. And one of my favourite foundations that I use, which is by Lovely. You've got a choice of a couple actually. So let's have, how do you like your coverage?
That's a difficult one because I think once the spots are gone,
That's your main.
Yeah, I've never kind of had the time to think about coverage because I've been so worried covering up the spots that
Okay,
yeah.
because you mentioned earlier on that your concern was, we've got a couple of things going on here, because one was the dryness of skin.
Yeah.
And sometimes you use a couple of different formulas or a couple of different things around skin. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use a serum because I want to lock in a little bit more moisture into your skin. Says I. And I want a flat, 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 flat. Okay. Okay, maybe not. So I'm going to use something like this. Let's have a look and see where we go. So around the outside, I'm going to use a serum foundation. So now I'm going in with foundation and formula onto your skin. We used a bit of foundation stick, but I'm using a serum. Again, especially as you are coming to the end of summer, the most important product for you is your SPF to protect you, and a 50 SPF to protect you against
especially with like long-term skincare.
But now you're going into the winter. So this is where you're going to need to lock in a little bit more moisture. Into skin. And then I'm going to use a foundation just around your pore area, which has a little bit more coverage. Could have actually put that. And you might not even need all of this. Now this foundation is really good. It's a kind of second skin matte foundation. I'm quite happy to share this foundation. Is by a makeup artist who came out with a brand, Amy Connolly, and her products are amazing because they are second to skin. So, and I'm not even using all of it. You can touch up here, but ensure that you buff that in so you're pressing on your areas of redness. Okay, so we're going to use a setting powder first of all. Again, it's by the same makeup artist, and I actually want to just press a little bit of formula into skin. So use a setting powder which is translucent. It will set the formulas that you've had on, that you've just put on. So this is what we're going to do, and we're pressing. So your brushes come into it. They're really important because it's the size of your brushes that you're using to do the work. But this is giving me quite a smooth. Which this looks lovely and natural. And I'm actually going to just dust a little bit of this setting powder on the lid of your eyes. Because we are going to go in with a shadow. So that is our base. Yeah, so we've got a nice neutral. So the work, you have to put the work in to achieve a kind of clear canvas. I'm now going to lift the tone in your skin, not with a bronzer as some people. I'm just going to use a warm tone powder, which will just warm up your skin quite naturally, but it's not as strong as a bronzer. So I'm using this, and it's almost like a little cheeky way of just naturally contouring you. When you use something like this that's softer, it's taken away the focus on the redness. Yeah, so it's just giving you a nice warm lift. Yeah, and that's before we've actually put any blusher. So you're starting to now, your eyes start to, with a makeup artist, the pupil of your eyes, your pigment and the blue in your eyes becomes more prominent, your lip colour becomes more prominent, and you get to see the opportunity and what you're working with to create a really nice natural canvas. We are going to put a nice little bit of blush on the apples of your cheeks. Actually, we're going to use a smaller brush. Let's use something quite smaller. Now, it's actually going to be quite soft. And not to go in with too much pink, I'm actually going to use a nice highlighter just to give you a little bit of a sun-kissed glow. So now you've got tone going into skin, and you've just got a nice natural glow. Nothing too intense. So you can see that, you can see a nice highlight there. And if I wanted to, I could just put a little bit of something into your brow gel, and I would actually be able to get away with, and a bit of mascara. I'm just going to texturize your brows a little bit with something a bit soft, because your brows are a nice perfect shape.
Oh, thank you.
So if I'm doing something at your brows, I'm not even starting at the front, because I don't want that harshness. I want to keep that softness with your eye. So I'm just going to give you a little definition at the end. Yeah, you've got a lovely brow shape. So nothing too heavy. So the same theme throughout again, which is when you're putting makeup on, you have to set it. So we put a little bit of setting powder on the lid of your eyes. We're now going to use a neutral colour before we go in and put, that's perfect. So this does exactly the same. It's just taking down any discoloration, pigmentation. So it's just neutralising tone. Which is perfect. Now, this is one of the things that people find and everybody finds quite difficult. Eye makeup. Okay, so with eye makeup, you can keep it quite simple. You've got some setting powder, you've used a base colour, and now you just want to put, you're dressing the eye.
Okay.
So it's in terms of almost the equivalent of layering clothes. You're dressing your eyes. So think of it like this. And one of the most convenient and easiest and nicest products, if you get a nice cream shadow product with a hint of colour, that is enough. So we're just going to blend a nice soft, and like you said, you like the browns, the neutrals, and nothing too much, not too much on your brush. And even I had a little bit too much there, but I can take away. And again, not too heavy loaded. So you just want a little bit of product. And even with that, I'm going to use the other side because I've got far too much. Make sure you buff it out. You know, again, you can go in with these products, you can put them on with fingers. I'm going to go back in with the nude tone and just buff out and make sure okay, so you've got a soft amount of shadow on your eye. So we decide where we're going to go here, and because we're keeping things natural, I'm going to use a powdered eyeliner. I am going to use a gel eyeliner, but I'm going to use a powder first of all. The powder just softens you as a formula. So again, we're going to use a couple of brushes here. Let's find. I'm going to use a very fine tap out any excess, and that's fine if you just keep your eye just exactly how it is. And this is for me just to gauge. open your eye for me a second? Yeah. So with a powdered eyeliner, it's softer. It's not so intense. And that's what you want with a more natural makeover. Again, you're just dressing your eye. So I may buff this out a little bit, but I'm actually going to use another eyeliner. And I'm going to use the eyeliner in the inner socket of your eye, because this is where I'm going to get my definition from. So I want to make your eye pop a little bit more. So if you can look up for me, please. Look up. So here now, look down a little bit. So here now, it is underneath your lash line. It tickles and it feels very weird. You okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So underneath your lash line is where we want to put. Look down for a second. You okay?
Yep.
Perfect. You look that way for me. And it tickles, it's weird. Thank you. So yeah, if you look down for me. Okay, we'll start here. So we're just going underneath. Okay. So we're just trying to, it tickles, I know it feels really weird. Let's get a little bit more product on the brush. Okay, yeah. And it's all just the definition around the eye. You haven't got that heavy line across. Look up for a second. Okay. That's more than enough darkness because we haven't even got the mascara on. Yeah. So remember we said this was going to be natural. So once you understand the steps of how you're layering and doing your eyes, you can intense, you can go softer, you can go harder, you can go a little bit more intense with that. And I just want now, let's get a mascara wand. What's really nice is, and all depending on how you want to do this, I use brown mascaras, I use mauve mascaras.
Okay.
The softer it is, the better. So this is a really intense smoky eye mascara, so I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use Amy Connolly's mascara, which is just nice and it's soft.
Okay.
And this just adds to. And I'm even going to take away some product on this because I don't want it to be too intense. Look down for me. When you apply mascara, because you lined directly underneath your eyes, you're applying that mascara. down for me. So if you go directly underneath all of your work of lining, that's soft enough just to go back in, just to lighten, because now you've got some formula, you've got some product on. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of concealer. I'm going to use a little bit of soft yellow powder just to finish. And it just smooths around the window, keeps it nice and fresh. So now you can just see you've got a natural tone and pigment that's come up into your lip. So your natural lip colour has come up. Your eyes are dressed nicely. You've got a little bit of definition around your cheeks. So you've almost got like a soft contour going on. Because you've got the pigmentation, we've neutralised it and used a warmer tone powder to lift you and give you that soft bronze glow. We've used a little bit of highlighter to keep you light and fresh underneath the eyes. And now I'm just going to go in with something that's very soft, very natural, nothing too intense. If you look down for me, actually let's put a bit of texture on your lip, because you did say that dryness was one of your key concerns. So let's put a bit of texture and moisture in your lip. And now there are so many nice balms with SPFs. So this is just, and once you start to moisturize your lip color, I don't need to put a heavy lipstick on. You already have a pigment in your lip already, which is nice enough to dress the lip. And then we're just going to use a soft gloss, which can take you from daytime to evening. The next time we'll do a part 2 of how we take this daytime to evening. So just to give you that softness here. So it light reflects off of the eye around here. finished.
Thank you so much.
Have a look and
Have a
see how
look.
you feel.
Oh wow, I love the lip colour as well.
So that's your natural lip colour. If you look at skin here to here, you're keeping that.
Yeah.
We're just, this is the window of your eye, so this is where we're dressing. Here we're neutralising. You can't see any redness, pigmentation or anything because you've got a little bit of coverage.
So nice.
Once you start to understand what natural, and you get your tone of comfortable and natural, understanding how you're correcting, neutralising skin, how you're dressing the eyes, cheeks and lips, then, you know, you can branch off from there. But this just looks like you, very natural, very pretty, but very feminine, which you are. So thank you very much.
No, thank you. It's honestly so nice, and it does feel like it's like, you can tell I've got makeup on, but it's so seamless that, especially the skin, it just looks like healthy, glowing skin that you don't immediately think foundation. You think, wow, her skin is kind of glowing, but you wouldn't know that all those spots are hiding under there or anything.
It's just, you know, and the spots will, blemishes and things, they appear. We live in a world and a society where we've got a lot of pollution. Sometimes the water's very harsh. So that's where the skincare element kind of comes in. But if you prep the skin, which is, it's harder to do more natural because you want to make sure the skin's right so that it can receive the makeup.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
So your skin looks lovely and fresh. We're going to do as we did from before and set skin, neutralise tone and skin. So I'm just going to add some essence into skin, first of all. So I just want to spray you. Now, it's going to slightly be a bit different because this is for evening. So you add in a few kind of key products into your skin prep. And again, like with everything, skin prep is best, but it's water-based. So this is a lovely Pink Essence Skin, water-based by Sunday Riley. I love this product, always use it. We're going to start to work in some product. Eyes don't happen without this product, and I've used this product for many, many years, and this is Bobbi Brown's Extra Eye Repair. Look up for me a second, and it just is your cream, your hydration. You know, if you find it slightly, because we've changed tone, we've changed weather now. We're going in with something a little bit smoother, but also it allows the product that we use, concealers, correctors, underneath eye, to just absorb into skin naturally. To complement that on skin and face, Sculpted's Beauty Base product, amazing product. So we're going to take that all around skin. And I use my fingers a lot. It's nice to warm in naturally into skin. So we're just giving you a nice bit of base there. It means the product can go into skin quite naturally. Yeah, your skin is drinking up all this lovely product. Paraben free. So no cosmetic allergens, so won't irritate your skin, really nice and soothing. There we go. How does that feel? Okay?
Feels lovely, yeah.
Right, let's go in now and let's start to correct as we did before. So the first thing that I'm going to start to use I'm going to use a corrector look up for me a second. So I'm now going to start to neutralise your skin. And because we've kind of done this before, I may use a brush, but I may pat out with finger. And we're going to go slightly heavier because this is an evening glam look, so you're going to be under different lights. But because we can use this product with confidence, because we know what's worked from before. So the minute that I start to go in with this product, you can start to see in certain areas where there's a little bit of redness into the skin. Your skin's really good. Your skin's glowing.
Thank you.
Have you been doing anything different at all with skin? You using any new products?
I've been applying a lot more like hyaluronic acid-based products.
Oh, lovely.
For winter, yeah. My skin does feel quite dry when it's winter time.
Okay, so things like extra eye repair, nice balms into the skin, are really nice elements of food and nourishment into your skin. So if you have a look at the difference, and this is just the corrector, we haven't actually put any kind of concealer or foundation. There we go. So where I've used the primers, the makeup just glides in, and your most important part of this is your skin prep. Skin's lovely. Texture, it's absorbing everything. Makeup's just gliding on. Yeah. So now I start to get your natural pigment and tones start to become more prominent. So the natural nice blue colour in your eyes, the natural pigment in lips, and then that gives us a nice canvas to work with. So I'm just neutralising. So we'll go back to using your base, because we've colour matched you previously already. So I will work around with some. I'm going to take you up slightly, just because you have evening makeup is more glam. So you want a little bit of warmth, not too much, but you want a little bit of warmth in skin. So there's two ways that you can do this. So we've just gone up slightly. So we're using a nice lightweight skin foundation. And we're applying a little bit more. So not so natural. We want some, you want some coverage, you want some makeup on the skin. And already, so I've given you a bit of warmth in skin, but quite naturally, because I've just taken your tone up. But we're just giving you a little bit more coverage. So longevity. Let's go with a little concealer here. Illuminated glowing skin. That's what we're going for. And is there anybody that you see or that you like or that you have a preference for, or a style of somebody that whose makeup and you think, oh, I really, really like that? Do you have any specific clients or?
That's really tough, but I think I often end up really liking the kind of dewy Korean makeup style that I've seen recently, where it's almost the glass skin look.
Like what Pat McGrath did for her fashion shows.
Maybe?
Yes, so this glass skin, yep.
Yeah, because I think it just looks super natural, but even though it's not necessarily.
Yeah, so it's flawless. So your skin's illuminated already. So we've managed to, I haven't used near as. But again, that will be a lot for us with your primers if you can illuminate that skin. So you've just got kind of a natural glow. We've taken down pigmentation around the eye area. And if you close down for me, what I'm going to actually do, I'm actually going to go on your lid. There's a bit of this as well. So a clear canvas. So that's got you nice and bright. Look up for me a second. And then close down for me a second, please. And then look up a sec. Okay. I'm going to use some setting powder just in your T-zone. So not all over, because as you said, you like that glass skin. Your skin is illuminated, and that is from the base that I used on your skin. So that is the face base by Sculpted. That's what that product does nicely as a primer. So it lifts and illuminates, so it's almost like you're affecting. So we want to keep that. We don't want to take that away. I want to now use a cheeky product, which this is an illuminating balm. So to very cheekily ensure that I've got and I keep that illumination, I'm just going to start to run this here. That'll settle itself. I'm going to run this here. I'm going to run it on your temple. Just at the points. So it just gives you a nice lift. Perfect. And then we can worm in a nice, we've used this blusher. So this is a nice Chanel blusher. We've used this blusher before. So we can warm this into skin and just swivel around. I've been quite soft with that actually, because we're going to make the focus more eyes today. The one thing that I do notice about you, which is really beautiful, is you have the most amazing perfect brow.
Oh, thank you.
So your brows, the tone, the colour, natural, you don't need shaping, it complements your eye shape. Have you been growing your brows, or have you done anything to them recently? Tone, colour?
I don't do anything to them.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that, thank you.
So close your eyes for me. So now we're going to take a little bit more time to set eye. And if you're doing glam makeup, you have to have products that are consistency with that glam, that can stay. Now, I'm going to do something that I wouldn't necessarily do with only where you request it, but we're going to go for something a little bit more smoked out. So we have the choice here now to look at product and go, okay, what are we going with? So I want to show you a couple of products that I was going to use tone-wise. So one of them you've got in your hand. So we've got a nice palette of browns. And if you want to go down that route, you know, these palettes, and Chanel do really nice palettes where you can, sorry, let me take that plastic off so you can actually get a feel for the tones and the colours. So, you know, you've got, that's a smoky eye. That's a natural eye. So you can do it. That can kind of glam up really nicely. So there's that tones that you can use. Or you can, this is something that I picked up which is really, and this is part of their new winter collection. And this is quite glam and pretty. If you'd like to give me your hand a little bit. And I'm just going to show you the tone, which you can have blended out into eye really softly.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to go to try something like this because you'll be able to use it, but they're fun. They're really fun products. And, you know, this is from their latest winter collection. We can come back and play with brown. Yes, it's a Chanel.
Yeah, I'd like to try that one.
So that's really lovely. And this is brand new. So I'm going to go straight in. I can go straight in with you with the actual brush. You can keep this as a mirror.
Oh, thank you.
For you to kind of have a look at. Ordinarily, I would put eyeliner on first, but I just want to see how this glams up on your eye. So we're going to go straight into the eye, and then I will blend it out. So. Now, it's almost like an eye lacquer. And this product just does it. Because it gives you a nice sheen on the eye. So it gives you the colour that you want. So I would take that up halfway. So I think just pressing that in. Open your eyes for a second. Okay, we've got quite a lot of product there. Okay. So now that shadow colour will have set. So let's work around. When you've got a tone like that, it's quite sharp. So we're going to soften around it. Look up for me a second. Okay, perfect. Look down. Look down. Close your eyes for me a second. Right. Now I'm going to take a soft colour to go around this before I put eyeliner into it. So I'm going to pull out something like a soft pink, which is neutralised. That will soften. And we're going to buff that out. Let's use this one. Yeah, let's use this. Close that for a second. Close your eyes for a second. So now we want to soften around the edges. And because it's set now, it won't, that product's not going to move as much. Yep. So now I'm just trying to diffuse that tone a little bit and soften around it. Now we're just going to have to, because I think this is the side that's played a little bit. So we're going to go back in with some of the colour on this side, but I'm going to ask you to keep your eyes closed just so that it doesn't move. So I think the best form is just to press. Let's just let that dry for a second. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go into your cheeks a little bit more with And because you've got quite a sharp eye, I don't want to sculpt and contour your face. I'm using the blusher and I use the highlighter to do that. Yeah, that's it. That gives us a little bit more. Let's bring in a little bit of eyeliner on top. So we can smudge. So now we're just going around the block pigment of colour that you've got. And we're just trying to smooth it around your eye shape, just so that it's not so harsh. And I'm going to use a slightly... trying to go on top of it but without taking away too much of the tone. There we go. Perfect. That's given me my softness. Okay, open your eyes for a second. Okay, let's go on your lash line. Your eyes have gone green now. They're going between blue and green. Right, let's get some colour into your... Okay, so I'm going to use... this is a new pencil, so it's a soft coal. They're really nice and creamy. They're by MAC. They have loads of fun colours. So now we're just going to work along. If you look down for me a little bit. I'm now working along your lash line, because remember, we're going to put mascara on with this. So we're just giving you, smudging out this colour just to fill your gaps. I know it feels a bit tricky. Okay. It starts to pull our eye together. So if you want to have a look at one eye to the other, you're trying to connect the dots. So can you see how that... But you have to be quite careful of tones and colours that you... And this is not black.
Yeah.
This is like a mauve purple. Because you've got lovely blue. So we want to keep that. Now it's starting to come into tone. So sometimes when you put you know, you go for that smoky or that darker glam, you've got to kind of try and work out, right, how am I going to balance and counteract this colour out? Look down for me. So perfect. So this is what we've done. Just at your lash line, where your lashes are, we've used a kind of mauve tone, and we've used a mauve tone around. Look down for a second. So just want to make sure that I've got all the gaps there. Yeah, now that's connected us. That's connected. But it's connected in a soft way, because I'm going to put... Okay, if you look up for me, I'm just going to blend across just underneath your lash line, and I'll smudge this out. Look up again, so the same pencil. If you look up for a second. So now I want to smudge. Perfect. So we're going back through just to smudge that line. And then I'm going to go back in. I was using a gorgeous pink, which is a nude tone around your eyes, just to go back in and soften. So you can have block colour, you can have the glam, but you've got to soften around it. Look up for me a second. And we're going to go back in and freshen up your concealer. Just take away. You see how that starts to look now, and the glaze in your eyes, that's what I'm after. That's pretty. And then close up. Well, actually, you don't have to close down, because I'm just going to extend this out here a little bit. Let's go back in with corrector. So now I'm setting you. Because at each stage, when you go to complete, so not too far up. So you're colour correcting again, because you have now got that sharpness with your eye, but you've got to keep yourself bright. So we've come down a little bit. We can even take your concealer around the brow of your eye, just to make sure. we're going to go back in with a soft bit of blush. And then I'm going to start to work in some mascara. So now I've joined it up a little bit. So now I'm just going around with the highlighter to illuminate this whole look. That's soft and pretty. Oh, your eyes are piercing. Brilliant. That's exactly what we came for. And then I'm just going to get a brush, work some mascara in. I'm going to keep your lips quite natural, actually, because through all of that now, because you've got even skin, and your skin's neutralised. Again, this is another favourite product from Sculpted, and that's Sculpted by Amy Connolly, her lip balm, beauty balm. That looks like you've got a colour on your lip. It's just the balm, and it's just so easy. You've got a natural lip colour. We've connected the cheek to the lip. You've got a nice strong eye. Let's get some mascara on you. Just going to get a mascara wand, and then we're going to glam up those eyes.
Thank you.
And this is the dressing. So nice smoky jet black. There's loads of different mascaras on, but this is a favourite because I know that this one stays. So look down. This is a Bobbi Brown smoky eye mascara. I'm just going to take off some of this product. I've got a little bit too much on that brush. And then I'm going up. You've got nice long lashes. So now, where I have, it feels a bit uncomfortable, but I'm dressing from right underneath. And that's why I didn't put black eyeliner in your lash line or use it, because you can have the mascara that's going to do that job effectively. Let's drop this eye. 1 second, look up for me a second. It's this little long. So again, lift your lash up, loads of mascara. And you know, again, you like quite natural lashes, but if you want to glam in, you can go in with false lashes, you can whisk up loads more mascara. You know, your eyes are the feature. You have to play a little bit. And that's a new product that I've not used before, but I was able to work it in terms of, okay, there's a lot of pigment here, so how can you make the pigment work? You have to blend it. So you have to do, if you've got a bold block colour, you have to put some light around it in order for it to connect, and you know, for it to do what you want to do. So again, some nice brushes, but simplify it. So you could do this with the same product that I used from Chanel, a nice eye pencil. You've got one shade colour, a soft neutral. You've got a couple of you've got 3 products on your eyes. You've got 3 eye colour. But, you know, we played with it a little bit. You know, a Glam smoky eye is like pretty intense, but if you soften everything else around it, it looks really pretty. And, you know, we're pretty chic in London. We can kind of rock it up like that. I'm actually going to copy that. So I'm going out later on, so I'm going to copy your smoky eye. So again, I hope you like it.
I love it. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. I absolutely love having... And here's a couple of other things that, you know, let me just... If I really want to take this a little bit more... So I have a product that I use that I can use, and I can contour this product. So it's a Chanel contouring cream. I can use that to contour. Your face doesn't need that. It's slim and it's beautiful. You know, all your features are in place. However, if I want to give you a little bit of depth, and I hope I don't spoil this, so this is one, they have these products, and there's 3 different tones and colours. I could have gone in and sculpted and shaped you a little bit. However, a softer way to do that is we've got a Le Beige's, like, it's almost like a bronze tint. So again, it's just having a few cheeky products. And you said that you like that glass look. So I'm just trying to see if I can bring this into skin here. Amazing canvas skin to do makeup. It's beautiful. So again, you've already got, I don't know what Pat McGrath's do. I do know what Pat McGrath's used, but I haven't used nearly. But if I want to go in, you go in with something, and I want to give you a little bit of tone, I can go in with a bit of soft product around here to illuminate your skin. If you wanted to take it from day to evening, I would do a sheer tint, but I wouldn't do, because you've got a block colour on your eyes, I wouldn't do a block colour on your lip. What I would do is I would go in with something quite soft and sheer, and I'll show you. And this would take you from natural day or brunch chic. I would give you a little bit more. Here we go. So this is a tone. It's got a little bit of red raspberry in it, but it's sheer. So it's going to work with the pigment of your lip. This is a new product, so I'm just going to go in a little bit. Open your lip a second. So now, these are great because they work with the pigment of your lip. So sheer, they're so soft. There we go. So again, if you're using, so now you've gone up a little bit. If you have a look at that, it's almost,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, it's a bit bolder.
It's bolder, but it's still soft. And it's still manageable, and it's still not, because you've got the block colour on your eye, you can go up with warmth and colour on your lip. But let's make it sheer and, you know, fun. That smile's amazing. That's gorgeous. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this makeup session. So.
Thank you. I don't usually do looks this bold. I really like it.
You know what? It's a one-off. It's nice and you can do it, but it's doing it right and making sure that around the window of the eyes you've got the light and you've got illuminated skin. It looks really pretty. So I hope you have fun with it.
Yeah, thank you. It also just feels really comfortable. I think sometimes when I do false lashes and there's like too much.
Yeah. You don't need false lashes. you've got
so
really
comfortable.
pretty eyes. So, you know, again, it's just, you know, working with your eye shape. The colour of your eyes is amazing. So it's how, you know, a makeup artist will come in and pop the colour of it and the tones that you use. And, you know, having such a block pigmented colour on your eye, you know, if you're using black mascara, don't use black eyeliner, because what I want is your eyes to pop.
Yeah.
So we've achieved that. It looks pretty, it looks fun, it looks nice, without it being too intense. Yeah, we got
Show
there.
it off. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.